I often get asked for recommendations for small passive bookshelf speakers, and for the longest time I did not have a good answer until I discovered these. Alright 33ers, you know as well as I do that speaker choice comes down to personal taste and budget, but I gotta say these budget-friendly speakers, which I am unboxing here, seriously impressed me. These are HiVi Swans Oasis 140 passive speakers. Man, that is a mouthful. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but I will overlook that. I was pretty excited to try these out because this was not my first experience with HiVi. I actually tried one of their DIY kits a couple of years ago and it did not go so well. Turns out I am not so great at assembling speakers. Luckily my buddy Mo took them off my hands, fixed them up, and those speakers ended up sounding pretty amazing. So I wanted to give the HiVi Swans another shot. The Oasis 140s retail for about $130 US or $170 Canadian. These are 4-ohm two-way speakers featuring 4-inch woofers and a 20mm soft dome tweeter. That's a little bit less than an inch. They're also pretty compact, measuring 9.25 inches tall, almost 6 inches wide, and weighing around 6 pounds each. Let's take a closer look.
Channel 33, RPM.
The 140s are definitely compact, which is a nice way of saying smallish, and they come in this gray wood finish. It's really soft. On the front you have, not soft, flat, smooth, that's the word I'm looking for. On the front you have these grills, which take a little effort to remove. They are not magnetized, there are no magnets there. And that is the way they look without the grills. On the back, you got the binding posts. They're very large binding posts, but I kind of like that. They seem large for a speaker of this size, but they work well. When I posted about the 140s on Facebook, there was a comment that the speakers look like a ripoff of Klipsch, and I definitely can see that in the woofers. Overall, I think they look pretty good. So I was mainly looking for speakers that I could use with a Class D amp. Initially, my idea was to put together a compact system for one of my daughters to use in her bedroom. But the more I used these and the more I tried them out, the more I was convinced I wanted to keep these for myself. I tested the speakers in my garage with a small Fosi audio amp, and they surprisingly filled the garage, so they should be more than good enough for a bedroom or an office. The 140s impressed me right out of the box before I even had a chance to break them in. I would not call them neutral sounding speakers. There's definitely some coloration. However, they are well balanced. The highs are clean and crisp, and the bass has a surprising amount of punch and oomph for speakers of this size. These speakers are great for rock and blues and the kind of music I generally listen to. If you're into hip hop or music that requires a lot of bottom end kick, you may want to pair these with a subwoofer, but for my needs, they worked fine. I usually shy away from playing audio samples on this channel because it's just not the same as sitting in front of a stereo system, but you guys often ask me to play music, so I'm gonna go for it. These are the Swans, the speakers playing in my garage, and for an amp I'm using the Fosi audio amp, and the music is copyright-free music from the YouTube sound library. The Oasis 140s sound great and perform exceptionally well for passive speakers of this size. They managed to fill the garage, which was impressive. The speakers are balanced, lively, and fun. These bookshelves are not trying to compete with $1,000 monitors, but at their price point, they're punching way above their weight. In fact, at $130, I don't have much of anything bad to say about them. The 140s are a solid hi-fi bargain for your garage, bedroom, or workshop. I definitely dig dig them, you should crank them. All right, 33rds, what do you look for in a budget bookshelf speaker? What do you use? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe for more music-related content. Until next time, keep on spinning.